Hello, welcome back to my daily Silk Road mountain race update. We're on to day 8 now, so let's get over to map progress and have a little look to see what's been going on. And it's, Justinas is still out front, but much like yesterday, the rest of the race, that fight for the podium, has just been turned on its head, kind of out of nothing. So as we speak now, it's 8:30 at night local time, and Justinas is just starting the long hiker bike up Kokarik. So it's about 4 hours from roughly where Justinas is now to the top, about an hour down, and then probably about an hour to the finish there. So I reckon about 6 or so hours, maybe a little bit more or less, depending on conditions and how Justinas is feeling until he's done. So I think tomorrow's report, we should have Justinas as the winner. But yeah, it's a big old climb. It's tough to get up there. So we'll look on Riber GPS to see that in a minute. A little bit further back, now you may remember yesterday we had Max, Manu and Alex all together. But as you can see, Manu and Alex are now way behind and they've dropped down a few places, and Max is ahead. So basically there's been a bit of drama. So Manu basically destroyed his front rim. So you remember the hiker bike, which these folk here are on at the moment. It was quite a tricky descent, and essentially Manu, basically I think he said when I checked this morning, Manu was ahead of both Alex and Max, and I've ridden downhill with Manu many a times, and he's rapid and he doesn't hang about, and he said he's coming around a corner. He sent me a message with a photo, and I'll show you the photo basically. So this is the photo I got this morning, and that's his rim. So basically he said he was going down the track and there was a car on his side of the road, and he basically just had to take evasive action and head into a ditch and just smashed his rim on a rock. So basically he's had to stop, and but he was luckily in a town and he was able to ring a bike shop in Bishkek and basically buy a front wheel and get them to bring it out. So he reckons it was about 4 or 5 hours he lost there. So I think he's on his way. And Alex also, he basically said he's had been experiencing altitude sickness, or symptoms of altitude sickness. So he decided to stop rather than risk it, because they'll be going up again to 4,000 meters up to Kyrgyzstan Pass, which is pretty much one of the highest passes on the race. So he's decided to stop, and that has then meant the Max, who was with those two, is in the lead. Dickie Hibbert actually caught Max. Dickie's super strong on hiker bikes and technical mountain bike trails, so he caught up with Max and did get ahead of him a bit this morning. But I'd say Max is probably the strongest climber, out and out climber in the race, and Kyrgyzstan is you can ride quite a lot of it. There's a bit of hiker bike at the top, so he's got ahead. So now Max and Dickie are in a fight for that second position. Max has got a bit of a gap now. I think Dickie's just about at the top of Kyrgyzstan, so that gap will be less than it looks, probably about an hour. It's about an hour from the top of Kyrgyzstan to the bottom. So I say they're within an hour of each other, so it's all to play for. If they get to the bottom where Justinas is together, I would probably back Dickie, because it's a lot of hiker bike and a real fast downhill. I think just judging by the previous hiker bike, Dickie would have the edge then. But if Max has a gap, and it's an out and out pedaling race, with climbing, Max is super, super strong, and it's a long drag up here. So I think we could see those two come together on that final descent. It could be an interesting little battle tomorrow. And then of course, can they ride through the night? I think Justinas, it's 8:30 now. I said about 6 hours, didn't I? So 2:30, 3 in the morning, I reckon it'll finish. These guys are going to have to sleep again. They're not going to get all the way through. So when I did this finish in 2023, I stopped halfway through the bonus climbs, so where the kind of red dot is now. I appreciate this is not very good on if you're listening in podcast format, but if you're looking on the screen, you can see the red dot on the route. I stopped there. I set off early in the morning and I got to the finish about 1 a.m. It's about a day's riding. I'd say it's about a day. Yeah, they could probably do it in a day or so. Day and a bit, and 24 hours, I'd say, for Max and Dickie from the top of Kyrgyzstan, if they don't stop too long. So we'll see. And then further back, as a result of Manu and Alex stopping, Stephen Davis has also got ahead. Omar's on the descent down from that massive hiker bike, and then Martin Hilgers is up there. Sofian Sahili is with Natalie Schneider, and she has now got ahead of Kerry McPhee. So we've had that really close battle, and so Natalie's taken the lead in the women's race, which is exciting. And both Sofian and Natalie are ahead of Niels. I've got another little video from them soon, and Kerry is a bit behind there now. So Kerry is now in 12th. I'm not quite sure what's happened to me. Natalie's got ahead, but she's got the jump on that on Kerry. It's still a couple of hours. Anything can happen. So yeah, it'd be good to keep an eye on that. So yeah, really exciting stuff. Everything's upside down. It's been a pretty amazing Silk Road race in that sense. It's apart from Justinas, even early on, Justinas wasn't super strong. He's really forged a big lead now. But the rest of it has been exciting watching. So yeah, before I go any further, I'll just say about Albion again. You can actually build a bundle. So if you go on the bundle builder, both men's and women's stuff, you can save a bit of money by buying some stuff together, or you can use my discount code. I think you might even be able to use the discount code with the bundle. Might just have to double check that, but yeah, it could be quite a good deal if you manage to do that. So yeah, check out Albion. I'll put the link on screen. And yeah, Ribe GPS, I'm just going to show you Kygeti. I'll show you Kygeti, I'll show you the bonus climbs, and I'll show you what Justinas is about to do. So let's just zoom in a minute. So Kygeti Pass is this big one in here. It's an absolute classic, and you can see it's a long drag up. It's rideable till these kind of top... can I just zoom in a bit? Yeah, you can see that this top section, it's a washed away track. So you can see the red line, the GPX on the map, versus the actual map markings don't line up. That's because the track's been washed away. So it's not too bad, but it's 4,000 meters. The weather can close in. I've only been up there last year I went over it from the side there going down, and it was beautiful weather up there, totally clear. The time before the weather was closing in, it was starting to snow up the top, but then you drop down and then suddenly you're in this valley, and it's 30 degrees. And then it's kind of easy riding, good resupply down there, and then you've got these bonus climbs. Let me tilt the screen up a bit if I can. And they don't look too much on the map, but you're just knackered by the time you got there. They're not super fast, they're steep in places. You're tired, so yeah, it's tricky. Then you get another good resupply at the the secret oasis, and then you've just got this long drag up. It just goes on. You're going to ride this for most of the day, all the way up before you get to Kwakarik, which is an absolute classic. It's a fantastic finish to the Silk Road mountain race. You can see there, and again, there's not much of a track. Similar as Kygeti on the map there. You can see the road goes one place, but the GPX track goes another. It's an absolute classic. It's a really cool way to finish. It's basically like an hour descent down. I got there at midnight, I think, the year I finished in 2023, and I finished about 2 a.m. So maybe a bit before. So yeah, it's going to be a couple of hours from the top to the bottom. Long descent. Again, we've seen a few broken rims. Jens has broken a rim. Manu's broken a rim. It's not an absolute disaster for Justinas, for example. If he did that, he'd still win it, I think. But you just got to be careful. You never know what could happen. And then you just run along the highway, nice and flat to finish. So that's what's going on there. I've got a voice note from Justinas, so I'll just play that, and then we'll check out Instagram and see what's been going on, because there's some pretty good stories up which help us kind of put a bit of the race picture together. So first up, this is Justinas. I got this morning, so I think he was at the secret oasis resupplying.
Yo, boy. Chilling and resupplying in the secret oasis now. This place has upped their prices by quite some. So only getting absolutely necessaries to get me to the next town. And the bonus times were bonus. But they're behind, and now the final boss ahead. There are still some kilometers to get to it. Yeah, but I'll try to make it tonight. Just what night and how long into the night, I don't know yet. But we'll see.
So that's Justinas this morning. I'm pretty sure I'll get there tonight, like I said, like 3 a.m, half 2, 3 a.m, something like that, depending on motivation, weather, all of that stuff. But yeah, it's looking like Justinas is going to take it. So that would have made him. He's pretty much won all the big races out there now, which is pretty phenomenal. Probably the best win rate out of anyone in bikepacking. So this is Niels Kolb. This looks like I'm not quite sure where this is actually, but this is with Sofian. So I think this is the bit between Arabelle and the steep climb. So that was Niels earlier, and then this is Alex. So this would have been on the hike bike yesterday. So it looks like Manu in the red there, Max in the green, and it sounds pretty grim up there.
I like sleeping on them.
And he sent me a photo of this yesterday, and a message just saying they got adopted by a local family in a yurt. So the three of them stayed up there together, obviously set off quite early, and I guess this is where Alex started feeling the symptoms of altitude. But yeah, you can see frozen up there, below freezing, 4,000 metre climb. Not easy, but look at that, spectacular. Big rocks to get over. And you can just hear the water as well, so I suspect there might have been some river crossings up there. And I guess that's the top up on that ridge. And there we go. Look at that, spectacular. If a little crazy. And then this is the message. I'll read it out if you're listening. So, hello, this is what Alex says. Unfortunately, I developed symptoms of altitude sickness yesterday. I'm going to wait 24 hours and see how I feel tomorrow. I would have loved to race for the podium, but this is what it is. So yeah, good to look after your health first. So yeah, best wishes to Alex. It's a real shame. There's Manu. That is just, you can see his wheels not very round if you look at that. So that's after he went off into the side of the road here and just cracked his rim on a massive rock. Really unfortunate for both Alex and Manu. This is Manu here. Look, you can see that wheel is not very round. But the tyre looks like it's still up there, which is pretty cool.
Hey everyone, so as you can see, I'm back out on the road again. So a bike shop in Bishkek sent me a new front wheel with a taxi, which was like a 3-hour drive from Bishkek to Kochkor, the town I basically stranded. So after all, not too bad. I think I lost probably 6 hours. So yeah, back at it. It would be a shame not to continue, so in the end, I mean 5-6 hours being in a place, a country like this is not too bad. I mean, it's in the end a pretty easy and quite cheap fix. So at least I can keep going. We'll see where I am.
So yeah, unfortunate for Manu there, but yeah, like he lost 6 hours. I think he can still run a top 5, and a top 5 in Silk Road Mountain Race is pretty spectacular. So he's 5th at the moment, and obviously Alex isn't moving, and there's a relatively big gap behind. These guys, they're probably going to stop tonight, I would have thought, in that town. So yeah, top 5 for Manu. Obviously probably going to miss a podium, but you just never know what could happen. He could probably still catch Stephen as well, so it's not too bad for Manu in the grand scheme of things. The main thing is that he didn't have a major crash, because that could well have happened. Kerry's drying her gloves, it looks like, so let's hear from Kerry, see if there's an update from her.
Hello from day 7 of the Silk Road. I'm just getting a resupply before starting the 14k hike-a-bike, and get some crisps at this wee shop, and they're so nice. They just came out and gave me a wee cushion. How cute is that? Good start to the day up Toser. Flipping stunning pass. It was really cold, negative, but at least it wasn't snowing and it was pretty still, so that was good. And it's been on off, windy, cold, thundery today, so I don't know what the hike-a-bike will be like, but I'm just going to get my head down and get committed. And I've got a couple of audiobooks. I've already listened to one of my books. I'll listen to that as I go. And I might stay in the yurt camp on the other side, or bivvy, because I do love my bivvy and the days are running out. Well, all good here.
Sitting here in
So yes, that was Kerry. Not quite figured out what's happened in terms of Natalie getting ahead of her, but I'm sure that will come out in the wash at some point. But again, it's not over for the race at all. Still got that massive pass, and then Sofian. He's obviously had that fairly long stops. He's dropped back a bit. He's looking much healthier now than he did. He did look super pale and gaunt. So yeah, he's had a rough time, but Sofian, he never gives up and he's always entertaining. So let's see what Sofian's up to.
with my buddy Nils, and Natalie's here too.
Hello.
Natalie, I wanted to ask you, do you know this French song? I'm going to sing it to you. La place rouge était vide, devant moi marchait Nathalie. Elle avait un joli nom, mon guide, Nathalie.
You have a really good voice.
Thank you. Do you know this song?
I do.
Ah.
The priest sang it at, you know, the little children that get the blessing in the church.
Really?
And then apparently, yeah.
She knows Gilbert Bécaud, so yeah, good job.
So there's Sofian, and it looks like he's going to go for a long one tonight. So yeah, good to see Sofian in good spirits, and always entertaining. Good to see Natalie as well. I've not really heard much from her. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I think I shall probably be bringing you news of Justinas' win tomorrow. But yeah, all the exciting stuff is happening behind that. So who knows what's going to happen? But catch you again tomorrow. So thanks for watching.